everyone, it's April, and I wanted to share with you. I just did a shakedown hike, which is a hike or a backpacking trip that people take when they're preparing for a longer one or through hike to test out all their gear and to make sure that they're really ready for the through hike. So, yesterday, for the first time, I had all the gear that I planned to take on my through hike on the PCT this year. And I was so proud of myself. I weighed it all on the scale and I was so excited because it was only like 28 pounds. And I thought for sure it would be like 40. But I was really trying to keep the weight down, trying to get ultralight gear where I could, where it was affordable. Cost is a factor for me. So I found a tent on Amazon. It's called Featherstone, and it's an ultralight tent, and it was $199, which is cheap in the ultralight space. So I was really excited about that, and it had good reviews, so I got that. Anyway, so I finally had my whole setup together, and I went on my first shakedown hike yesterday. And I stayed overnight in a park after hiking all day. And everything was good all day. The hike went well, and I had a great time. And I set up my tent, which was a little tricky, even though I had practiced beforehand. It's a hiking pole tent, which is new to me. So I tested it out in a nearby park the other day, and it was fine. I got it set up in like 10 minutes, easy peasy. And then, so when I was trying to set it up in this other park, when I was actually going to sleep in it, it gave me some trouble. I struggled with it a bit to get it just basically not sagging all over the place and wrinkling up in areas. So I played with it, I don't know, for a while. And I finally got it to a place where I'm like, okay, this is going to work for the night. So then I got in and got cozy and went to sleep. Everything was fine. But then I woke up very early in the morning because it was raining. And there was rain coming in the tent. So, and I don't just mean on the seams. I mean like every inch of the ceiling of the tent was dripping rain all over. And it's a single wall tent, which is part of the problem. And the floor and the ceiling, the whole thing is just single wall. And so it was coming from the top and it was also coming from the bottom. So basically everything in my tent got wet. So I'm going to return that tent. Hopefully they will give me my money back and I can find a different tent. So if anyone has any recs for an ultralight tent that is not a single wall tent. And also the other thing I didn't like about it is that there's like a rain fly attached. It's not over the whole thing, but outside of the doorways, there is a rain fly that you attach to the ground, but it leaves like a big space in between the ground and the top of the rain fly or the bottom of the rain fly. And I feel like there's not enough privacy in the tent. And for a woman, at least in my opinion, for a woman especially, we want our privacy in our tents. So we want to make sure that we feel comfortable, you know, getting changed when we need to and doing other things that we need to do. So yeah, I want a tent where the rain fly is going to go all the way to the ground so that I have privacy. And also it just feels more secure when you're sleeping to not have that space where people can see you. So those are the kind of things that I am looking for in a new tent. So if anybody knows of another tent I should check out, let me know. And I need it in a hurry. I'm also thinking about getting a foam pad. I already have an inflatable sleeping pad, but I'm thinking about getting a foam pad to maybe enhance the experience, like to in addition to the inflatable one, but also just to make it more comfortable because sleep is really, really important, especially when you're going to hike 2,650 miles. And also, I'm a woman of a certain age that I have trouble sleeping as it is, so I just want to make sure that I'm doing everything I can to get a good night's sleep. And also because the water was coming from the ground, and it would be great to have that extra layer just to keep myself extra safe from water. Yeah, I was really bummed that my sleeping pad got wet on the bottom from all this water coming through the tent. Is really just a disaster. But other than that, it was a pretty good shakedown. I actually I had bought this new stove and cooking system, but I decided once I got it in the mail, it's so big. And I decided just to keep my old one, and I took my old one camping, and I just really love it, and it's lightweight, and it does the job. And I love how everything fits inside the pot, so that you don't have to have the stove separate from the pot. It just all fits together. So, and yeah, let's see. I think that's everything. Everything else seemed to go well. Yeah, so if you have any advice about the tent and also a foam sleeping pad, let me know. I want to still keep the weight down, so ultralight is preferable, but I also want that double wall, and yeah, I don't want rain coming in the tent, and privacy. So let me know in the comments any thoughts or suggestions. Thanks. Bye for now.